Hello, in this presentation we will define general journal. According to Fundamental Accounting Principles, Wild 22nd edition, the definition of general journal is all-purpose journal for recording the debits and credits of transactions and events. The general journal will look something like this. It's just going to be a location where we're going to put the transactions, meaning the journal entries. So that's the general journal is basically holding the journal entries, or the place where we put the journal entries. It's going to usually include a date column, an accounts column, a debits column, and a credits column. The thing that can be confusing about the general journal is that we often think of the journal entries and just writing those journal entries down and not thinking about where we are putting them, which is basically, if we're doing it by hand, just a piece of paper. That is the general journal. That's where we are putting these transactions. There's also some similarities with terminology. When we post the journal entries to the general journal, then we're going to journal. That's the process of journalizing the journal entries in the general journal. That's the location. And then we're going to post these journal entries from the general journal to the general ledger. So the general ledger is separate from the general journal. The general ledger is going to show all the details by account. As opposed to the general journal, which is just basically the location holding the journal entries. It can also be a little bit confusing in that when we use software, we're often not writing down all the journal entries. The journal entries being driven by forms oftentimes, forms like invoices and bills, which are then used to create the journal entries. Therefore, when we think about software, we're really using the general journal for those journal entries, which we cannot put using some other type of format, usually using invoices and other types of forms like bills and checks and whatnot, which will generate general journal entries, but it will not do so by us actually opening up the general journal and posting in this format. When we first learn the accounting steps, we're usually going to post everything to the general journal, such as this, then post it all to the general ledger, and then create the financial statements from that general ledger.